Martin Breed. I'm a researcher at the University of Adelaide, and my expertise is restoration ecology, which is how we repair degraded ecosystems. And my interest here is how they can be applied to cities, and particularly urban green spaces, because these spaces have tremendous promise in improving not just biodiversity in our cities, but also human health and other things through restoring the microbial diversity in those habitats. So we're in the Anthropocene, which is the period of time when humans are having the biggest impact on the Earth, and that's leading to unprecedented rates of species extinction and tremendous areas of land that's considered degraded. So this degraded land really isn't as productive. So in our cities, we're facing all sorts of challenges because urbanisation is expanding at a tremendous rate. By 2030, about 70% of us are going to live in cities. So yeah, biodiversity is this sort of catch-all term which it considers everything, the plants, the animals, and all the things we generally associate with nature, but also the little things, the microbes, and this includes, things like bacteria, fungi, and all sorts of viruses, and collectively all these microbes together are called what's called a microbiome. Microbiota are everywhere. There's no tissue, there's no environment where it's completely devoid of microbes. What we reckon is when you go out into the environment, your microbiome, it gets changed, it gets colonised by the microbes in the environment. And this means if you go outside and you spend 20 minutes outside, you spend an hour outside, I'm in my garden, I'm getting colonised by the microbes from my garden. And so my microbiome has shifted just by coming out here and speaking to you today.
Diversity conservation is critical to sustainable human health, and that really means we have to get environmental scientists and health researchers collaborating. Human health depends on a number of functions that an ecosystem provides for us, and at a very fundamental level that includes things like clean water, fresh air, timber, fuel, fibre, things that we've grown up to know and love, and in our evolutionary history that we've been completely dependent on. One of the things that such a healthy biodiverse ecosystem also provides is a number of microbes, a diversity of microorganisms. And this is something that we've only just started to realise really does affect our health as well. Human health depends on this exposure to a healthy urban microbiome, which means we need green spaces in cities, because otherwise they've been completely removed from that evolutionary environment where we get a diverse microbiome priming our immune systems. So the thinking is that if we can put some green spaces back that people can use and breathe in and get exposed to these diverse microbes, that could reduce the disease burden from immune diseases and allergies. With some sort of ability to quantify the relationship between microbial diversity and human health, we should be able to make recommendations for what types of green space to put back in urban areas to maximise the health benefit and the biodiversity conservation concurrently from putting those green spaces back. The best places to put them would obviously be where people are most deprived of that green space exposure and where they're going to benefit most from it. So that would be children, because their immune systems are still developing, in large, rapidly growing cities, but also in our own cities where densification is leading to a lack of the traditional garden for people to have some sort of green space exposure. The value, of course, is that you get improvement in human health and ecosystems concurrently. So biodiversity conservation is good and essential for functioning ecosystems and our future generations. And if it improves human health directly through microbiome exposure, that's a double hit, both for human health and for conservation concurrently.